Hey, it's Guillermo Mate. Thank you so much for coming out and watching this video. Wanted to formulate this video to clarify our campaign creation process. We had a good majority of newcomers come into our community, and members that really just want to get the platform up and running but aren't necessarily the techiest. So if you're not the techiest, this video is for you. If you have your campaign up and running, you could just skip by this video. But in this video, I'm basically going to break down the process of just, the top up process, planning, and just insertion orders. So let's dive right into it. So the first things first is, I want to highlight dev support at redtourmedia.app. If you ever need any help, we are around. Don't give up on us, and don't come up with any assumptions in your mind. I understand that, these type of platforms are new. When we released geofencing app, it was this, we had somewhat of the newcomers express that they were running into tech issues and ran and things like that. But look, we are here. We would not release anything that's not functional. So that's just not how we work here. Like any company, we do make mistakes. And when our members make us aware of areas that we can improve in, we take account of that and we apply it immediately, because we care. But digital billboard app is functional and is serving hundreds and hundreds of users, and we will continue to as time moves along. So remember, we are around. Open a ticket. If you need help with something, email us. Reach out to Wally, Hassan, my entire team. We are here to support you. So top ups. Make sure that you're topped up. If you're not topped up, it's pretty straightforward. You're not going to be able to use our platform. Remember that if you've topped up the minimum, and I'll just go to top up really quick. So our minimum here is $75, but if you want to spread it out throughout your campaigns, you can absolutely do that. If you're overseas, our minimum is $100. We just simply ask that you email us for us to literally pay for your account to be up and running. It usually happens instantaneously, so it doesn't take much time at all. So remember again that if you top up any of these amounts, you can spread it out, $25 here, $25 there. You don't need to use your entire budget. So let's go into planning, because I noticed that some of the new guys had some issues, and I'm hopeful that in this video, again, we can clear the process of planning up in this one video. So first things first, this area here, we're going to do a lot of our planning. I mean, we literally are calling it planning for a reason, because we want you to have a clear objective. We want you to be informed. We want you to know exactly who and what and why who you're trying to get your billboards out to. The point of the matter here is that this is just simply exactly what it is. You're just planning here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put example 1. My start date today, as I'm making this video, is April 6th. So we're going to run this April 6th to the 7th. Ideally, you want to give this a bit more time. You want to give this about a 7-day stretch, just because, this is all working for you programmatically. And in some cases, it may need a little time for it to approve, maybe 24 hours. Don't know. It depends on where the market is and so on and so forth. So let's move forward. So for the budget, we're going to go ahead and put 25. And then for the advertiser, so there's no confusion here. So you could put anyone you want here for your advertiser. But you can see here, I put clear channel number 1. For revenue tracking and type, I would just leave that blank for now. And then what I'm going to do is for geographic, make it simple on yourself. So I'm going to target 33626. All right, so that's a zip code there. For venue type, I'm going to go ahead and put in outdoor/billboards. And then for audience, in most cases, you don't even need to use this section here. But if you want to really dial in, follow the training that we provide you inside and follow it. Day of the week, I would just leave that open. Even media owner. So you can just get familiar with the platform, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just click save. And then we're going to go ahead and if you don't see that the map has uploaded on your side, just click load plan, and it'll just simply update for you, letting you know where that billboard is here. So you can see here that here there is an actual billboard in this area here. All right. Now, you noticed here that we have available impressions, media costs. So these are the available impressions for this main road right here. So if I want to buy 2,668 impressions, it'll only cost me $40.15, right? And all of these other details like allocated impressions, it'll click in as you continue to, break things down and in your campaign and so on and so forth. But really the most important areas to focus on, what I'm saying here is available impressions, available media costs. I mean, you could literally buy out all of these impressions. Then once you save your order, it's pretty much straightforward, and that's it. The next area, once you submit your order, it'll bring you over to insertion order. So here, you'll go into your insertion order. So you've done your planning, you've submitted it, and now what you'll do is you'll go into your actions, right? So here's where you actually start really dialing into your campaign as far as like, I'm just gonna go back here and click on this little link here. Here's where you would start breaking down your campaign as far as like the creatives, right? So we could choose to associate specific creatives. We can upload creatives and so much more. All right. Now, if we want to add our campaign to that order, right, to our planning here. So once we've planned things out, we go into our insertion orders. Remember, we want to start breaking down our campaign. Here is where you would put those actual details. We show you your balance. We show you your campaign name, your start date, end date, budget, right? And then your bid CPMs. You could choose to, to run your campaign evenly. So we break all of this down for you as easy as possible. Remember that you could track things in real time once your campaign is up and running. So we actually show you in real time where your traffic is coming from, based off, your campaign and how it's set up. Okay. This map here gives you a bit more details as to where that traffic may be coming from. Okay. And you could get up close. So if you're running in like, let's say Tampa, Orlando area, if you get close, you'll see these little highlights. Right now, this one is not actively running, but you'll see where that traffic is coming from. So if you didn't choose any networks and you're running it openly, right? So let's say we're choosing, for example, I'll go back to, let's see here. I'll go back to planning, right? I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So let's say you've chosen to run with billboards, right? Outdoor billboards. You've chosen the right creative. It'll show those creatives actively running. Okay. So remember that you also have creative specs here. So that's another thing I wanted to cover. Like once you submit your campaign and you load your plan, go into creative specs. So when you go into your insertion orders, it makes better sense. You're not just uploading random images. Make sure that you have the correct specs as shown here. And I'll just resubmit it again. So I'm just going to put example 2. My start date and end date is going to be today. Remember, give yourself about 7 days. You want to think long term with these campaigns. There's a programmatic approval process. Give it time. So advertiser, there we go. And then we're going to edit our targeting. For our zip, we're going to go 33626. We're ready to go. For venue type, we're going to go ahead and choose outdoor billboards, right? We're going to leave this all blank here, like our media owners, and, we're going to leave that all blank, all right? And why we're doing this is because we want to get familiar with the platform. I want you to get familiar with the platform and so on and so forth. So I'm going to load the plan and make sure that those are all the billboards that we can target. So as I'm doing this, it looks like now there's a bit more impressions available for this billboard. So for $240, I could buy out all of these available impressions. Now, if you click view creative specs, you noticed here, right? 1400 by 400 pixels, all right? We can buy out all 1,600 impressions, right? 16,000 impressions, 16,000 impressions, we can buy those out. So make sure that once you load your plan, and then, once you save it and you come over to this order, when you start working on your actual campaign, within your planning, make sure you have those details, noted down somewhere. Okay, so you have, when you go into your creative specs, you already know that that image should not be 14 by 150 by 150 pixels, because it just showed us what we needed. It needed to be 1400 by 400 pixels wide for the campaign to run. So why would we choose 150 by 150 pixels? It's not going to run. The campaign is not going to run. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Everything else is straightforward. We got training inside for everything else. Remember that you have these maps up here to really break everything down so you can see where that traffic is coming from. We also have a reporting system for you. It's very straightforward. Go easy in the beginning. Go easy. You don't need to break down all of the like networks and things like that. You don't need to do that right away. Go easy. And then when you go into your campaign, you could work on all of those little other details. All right. And again, if you have any questions, let us know. But again, it's straightforward. You plan things out first, right? We show you in a map how many billboards are available. Remember, note down your creative specs. It could be on a piece of paper, Google Docs. So when you go into your insertion orders and then you click on the link here for your insertion order, you'll be able to, upload those creatives, upload your creatives, and then click add new to start formulating your campaign, like all the little details for it, right? So your campaign's real name. So it's not gonna be example 1. It's gonna be example 1 for barber shop, right? Like you're breaking it down in detail now. Now you got your start date, your end date, you got your budget, you got your CPMs. Your spend is evenly. You click add and then wait for it. You're gonna see an approval status here. Your status will show you here. Then once you see that it's been approved and it's active, then keep your eye on this map, right? You can literally keep this tab open, just click on it and keep it open, So that's pretty much it. That's exactly how it works. It's just super simple. If you have any questions, reach out to us. All right. This is Guillermo. I'll see you in the next video.